I thought I was the one pulling the strings. I thought I was the one in control, the one with the secret, the one keeping two worlds perfectly separated. I was wrong about all of it, every single piece of it. And by the time I figured that out, I had already lost something I could never get back. It started the way these things always start. A chance meeting, a look that lingered a half second too long, a slow burn that neither of us tried to stop. She was magnetic in a way that made everything around her seem slightly out of focus. When she was in the room, nothing else registered. I told myself that kind of connection only came around once in a lifetime, and maybe I was right about that. I was just completely wrong about what kind of connection it actually was. The arrangement we had felt airtight, separate phones, strategic timing, a system built so carefully that I genuinely believed no one could ever see through it. I had convinced myself that the thrill of all that secrecy was just the natural byproduct of doing something forbidden. Looking back now, I understand that the excitement I felt was not coming from the risk of being caught. It was coming from something much darker, something I was not yet equipped to recognize. She operated on a schedule that should have struck me as strange far earlier than it did. There were windows of availability, precise and consistent, never overlapping with certain days or certain hours that she never once explained. I filled in the blanks myself, the way people do when they want to believe something badly enough. I told myself she was private. I told myself she was careful. The truth was sitting right in front of me, and I kept looking past it because the alternative required me to admit that I was not the architect of this situation. I was just one of its pieces. The first crack appeared on a Tuesday evening. I had arrived at the apartment she kept for what I understood to be her work travel. The key she had given me worked, but something inside felt immediately wrong. Not wrong the way a stranger's home feels wrong, but wrong the way a familiar place feels when someone has been in it and arranged it almost exactly the way it was before, but not quite. A chair at a slightly different angle, a glass in the dish rack that was not there the last time. Small things. The kind of things that are easy to dismiss once but impossible to ignore when they start stacking up. I dismissed it. Completely and entirely, I dismissed it. The second crack appeared 2 weeks later. She mentioned a restaurant in passing, one of those offhand references that gets buried in conversation. I had been to that restaurant exactly once, with her, and I had specifically chosen it because it was far enough from my regular life to feel safe. She described it as though she had never been there, speaking about it with the mild curiosity of someone encountering a new recommendation. I remember the cold that moved through me in that moment, sharp and quick like a door opening in winter. She either had no memory of being there with me, or she had been there so many times with so many different people that I had blurred together with the rest of them. I started paying closer attention, not obviously, not in a way that would reveal what I was doing, but deeply and quietly. I began tracking the small details that I had previously let slide past me. Inconsistencies in stories she had told me weeks apart. References to weekends she could not have spent the way she described them, and also have been where I knew her to be. The math stopped adding up, and once you start doing that math, you cannot stop. Numbers do not lie even when people do. There was a moment in the 5th week after the restaurant incident where I found myself sitting in my car outside a coffee shop she had mentioned, waiting without entirely knowing why. I want to be honest about what I was feeling in that moment because I think it matters. I was not angry yet. I was something worse than angry. I was watching myself from the outside, slowly realizing that the confidence I had carried through this entire situation had been a performance I was giving for an audience of one. And that audience was me. She walked out of that coffee shop with a comfort that I recognized because it was the exact same ease she had when she was with me. The same slight smile, the same unhurried posture, and she was not alone. I did not follow. I did not confront. I sat completely still and felt the architecture of everything I thought I understood collapse floor by floor. In the days that followed, I began going back through everything, every story, every absence, every moment that had felt slightly off. but that I had smoothed over with whatever explanation was most convenient. And what I found was not the story of a woman living a secret life hidden from the world. What I found was a woman who had engineered a completely different kind of system, one far more sophisticated than anything I had constructed. She was not hiding from anyone. She was managing everyone. We were compartments, clean, separate, carefully maintained compartments, and she moved between us with a precision that I had mistaken for intimacy. The most unsettling realization was not that she had been deceiving me. It was that everything she had said to me was probably entirely true in the moment she said it. The feeling she created was real because she was genuinely present when she was with me. She had not been performing. She had simply mastered the ability to be completely present in one room while maintaining an entirely separate existence in every other room. That is a specific kind of intelligence, and recognizing it for what it was required me to confront something I did not want to face. I had thought of myself as someone operating outside the rules, someone who had made a calculated choice to step into territory that most people were afraid to enter. I had told myself a story where I was the one with agency, the one who understood the stakes and accepted them. But that story required her to be someone who was simply responding to me, someone who I had drawn into something unusual. The real story was that she had been doing this long before I arrived, and she would continue doing it long after I was gone. I was not an exception to anything. I was just another scheduled window in a calendar she had been maintaining for years. I want to tell you that I walked away cleanly, that I processed the information and made a rational decision and closed that door with dignity. That would be more comfortable for both of us. What actually happened is that I sat with it for weeks, going over every detail, trying to find the moment where I could have seen it, and did not. There were dozens of those moments. The version of me that existed before that Tuesday apartment visit had been actively choosing not to look. And I had called that choice sophistication. I had called it being mature about something complicated. What it actually was willful blindness wrapped in ego. The last time I saw her, she did not know what I knew. She was exactly as she had always been. Easy, warm, completely at ease with herself and with me. And standing in that room, watching her be entirely herself in a way that now carried an entirely different meaning, I understood something that I have not been able to shake since. The affair I thought I was having, the secret world I thought I had built, the control I thought I was exercising over something risky and real, none of it was mine. It had never been mine. I had walked into a structure that already existed, taken my assigned place inside it, and called the whole thing my idea. She was not the one living a secret life. I was. And the secret being kept from me was the truth of exactly where I stood. I drove home that night through streets that looked exactly the same as they always had, and felt entirely different. I was not heartbroken in the way people expect. I was quieter than that. I was the kind of quiet that comes from understanding something about yourself that you cannot unknow. The kind of quiet that does not go away when the room fills up again. Some things you carry differently once you know what they actually weigh.